And good evening, y'all, and welcome to another Vibes of Quest Thursday Night Live. We've got with you best guest in the world. It's on top everyone's asses off in the past. So, those that don't know, this is Maddie, the Better Days. Woo!
Yeah.
Welcome.
This is so cool. Thank you for having me on. This is awesome.
Yeah. We've been talking about it for a while. That it just so happened to work out. Tonight was the night.
Yes, it did. I'm never usually free Saturday nights, and I know you do the Saturday night streams a lot. So this tonight worked a lot better for me.
So, may I ask, how long have you been in the hobby?
Well, I was on and off for a couple of years, but I got my first betta. I was probably about 5 years old, which surprises a lot of people because a lot of people don't start that early. But my first betta was a gift from my grandmother. And
Aww.
I know, and I loved him so much. His name was Bluefin. He was a blue crown tail. And I just loved him, but sadly, and being 5, I didn't know anything about fish. So he lived his life in a 1-gallon tank, or probably even less, honestly. It was a little tank, and he sat on my dresser, but even though his conditions weren't fantastic, I loved him so much, and he actually ended up living longer than my grandmother who gave him to me. So he became that connection to her, and he was so special. So when he passed, it made me so sad. But after his passing, I just kind of decided to get another one, and then my dad helped me get a 10-gallon. So I had a few more bettas then, and it's hard to remember some of them. I know I had mostly blue ones, and I guess maybe it's just because, I started with bluefin, so I like all the blue bettas. So I had some of those, and then I had to move. So back in 2017, I had to get rid of my tank, sadly, because we were moving. We were doing a big move to a different state. So I had to get rid of my tank. So for a while, it just was kind of in the back of my mind. I didn't really think much about tanks or fish. And then one day around end of 2019, it was probably December. I don't know. I just thought I would love to have a betta again. I used to love betta fishing, keeping them, but now that I was old enough, I kind of pulled out my computer and I just started typing, and I researched their care and how to actually take care of them. And it was amazing. So I got a little 5-gallon for one betta. I didn't want to put a lot of fish in there, so I just wanted a 5-gallon that could sit on my desk, which is actually the tank I have right now. I've had that pride for almost 4 years. Yeah,
it looks good.
It's still going. So after the break for a couple of years, I'm back to keeping bettas, and this is probably, I know the most about bettas now. I mean, within this last year, just starting my channel, starting my Instagram page, writing a book. I'm kind of working on an ebook too right now.
Yeah.
So that's in the works. But I cannot believe how much I just learned from starting to write an ebook. I didn't realize all the stuff I needed to know. And I had no idea I was going to learn so much. So just especially connecting with all the fish tubers and the fish keepers of just the fish keeping community on all platforms has been amazing for me as well. And I've started my own community on Facebook. It's been great because I've been able to help people. They've been able to help me, and we learn together. So it really is great. And it's a hobby that I can't imagine I'll ever put down unless something major happens, like maybe I just can't bring them with me somewhere. But I imagine I'll probably be keeping bettas for a long time to come.
Okay. Hey, let's go ahead and bring everyone up that's in the chat.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Welcome. Those are coming in. Thanks for coming. Sorry I'm behind in the chat. But those watching replay, much love. And hopefully, sometime, maybe come back in a live stream and ask questions then. So, what we're going to do, y'all, I'm going to run through the chat and invite everyone in. But then, if you got a question for me or Maddie, put at Vibe Requires in front of it. That way I can catch it. Or, hey, if you want to do a super chat, I'll catch it even faster. But thanks everyone being here. Let's go.
Yeah.
Smokey, the fish girl.
Hey.
Smokey is my co-host, one of them. She's awesome.
That's
Welcome.
awesome.
We got Why are we always yelling? Welcome. I'm taking the week off. I had dental surgery yesterday and wiped out. Hey, Sam, it's okay. Go to bed.
Yeah, take care of yourself.
Because
That's
I need you
big.
back here as a mod. Wayway is the best mod on YouTube, in my opinion. He does a great job. Garcia Aquatics, welcome.
Hey, these are all new people for me. I'm meeting a bunch of new people.
This is another moderator of mine. Moderator and you and co-host. He's awesome. Robert, welcome. RH, how's it going? Hey Tommy, Summer Creek.
Hey.
Hashtag sheet. I get it. This is the team from the live stream right before us. Foxy Fishies was live. She sent all the guests over here. Hashtag sheet. Skinny Nona, welcome.
Ooh.
Figgy
There's
Fish
so
Lady.
many people on. This
Hey
is so
Holly,
neat.
welcome.
Hey.
Lando, welcome. What's up? Shark Fan. Hey y'all. Like I said, I'm going to go through it fast because we got to get back to the topic. Try to Ed. Hey Ed. Hopefully see you in a week and a half from now. Alrighty. DG Company Fish, welcome. Hey DD, welcome. Sorry y'all, I can't spend too much time with each one. Mark Sterlson, how you doing?
Hey everybody. I know I'm not saying hi very much. I'm just I'm meeting
she's
everyone
awesome
for the first time.
And Mark is from Australia. Welcome.
Oh wow.
3G, welcome. Jeff Kane. Hey Loy. Monster Fish Cow, welcome. Only Oscars. Welcome, June. How you doing? Red Laser, welcome. I don't want to miss anyone, but we do got a topic, and yeah. So, hey! Woo! Only Oscars became a YouTube member. Woo! Hey, I'm sorry I don't have a special video for y'all as such, but hey, you get vibes acting out. Welcome to the Vibe Fam.
Yeah, that is awesome.
I think she might be my first member. I'm not sure.
Maybe. I didn't even know you had a membership.
Yeah. Welcome,
That's
y'all.
awesome.
Hey, Missa. Welcome.
Hey, good evening.
Yeah, mods, if you don't mind putting in the chat Maddie's YouTube channel, that is Better Days. That way everybody can find her and subscribe. Please subscribe to her channel. Let's get her to the next milestone. We can do it tonight. Come on.
Yeah, I think that would be what I think that would be 600, but I could be wrong. I might be at 6.
Come on, y'all. Let's do 700 tonight. Come on, we can do it. Fish Trap Link, welcome. And Fish Trap Link is a website about 90% of fish tubers on there. So I'll definitely talk about it later. Oh, sorry, y'all. Y'all making me exhausted just looking at all your
so
names.
Many people here. Yeah.
My chat just jumped. Sorry, y'all. There you go. Better Days.
Ah, thank you.
Better Aquatics. Welcome. How you doing?
We got some better people here, I guess. That's awesome.
Bunny Viper. Welcome. Yes, Better. Thanks. Oh yeah, thanks, Better. You're awesome.
I'd be interested to know how many people here keep Bettas or have before.
Yeah. Just sub as well. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of people saying they're subbing to you.
Thank you,
awesome.
Betta Aquatics. That's awesome. And
Come
welcome
on.
to the Betta
Come on,
Fish
y'all.
fam.
Garcia just subbed. That's awesome.
Well, thank you, Garcia. I got the notification. That is so awesome. I appreciate
That is
it.
awesome. Yeah, like I said, I want to get to the chat because I don't want anyone to feel left out.
Yeah.
But it's just people coming over from Fox's stream, not a giveaway. Yeah. I said earlier, Fox's Fisheries stream just ended. So they're all coming over here. Hashtag sheet, I guess, is the hashtag for tonight. So welcome everyone coming in from Fox's. I was over there earlier, but I had to go get set up. So she's awesome. I met her in person. Let me see. Was that 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago in Pennsylvania at Keystone Clash Fish Convention. That was awesome. Vibes, you be crazy. Thanks, buddy. Vinoski, welcome.
It's probably when you got the member.
Oh, yeah. Right. Nice, Better Corners. You just subbed to her. Awesome. Shady Grady, welcome.
Hey, Shady.
Hey, June. No member video. Vibes, get with it. Hey,
You gotta get on it.
I'm new to all this whole thing. So, Bunny, I might be asking you or June or one of y'all how to do all this stuff. Subbed. Awesome. Subscribe. Woo!
And I just got a new subscriber too. It just popped through.
Awesome. Hey, Steve, welcome.
Thank you,
Oh,
only
yeah,
Oscars. That's awesome. I appreciate it.
Nice, Melissa. You subbed and have one better at the
And
moment.
you have a beta. Oh, that's
Nice.
so cool. We'll have to start the questions soon. We'll do.
I'm
We're
sorry,
just
Bunny.
gonna talk about betas.
I'm sorry, Bunny. You lost yours. Aww.
Oh, it's always hard, but honestly, I find whenever I lose one, it always helps me heal to just get another one. That way, I can put all my love and intention in that one.
Mm-hmm.
It really helps the
Surprise!
healing process.
Go see ya. You're on your way to 700. There you go, Maddie. Woohoo!
That is awesome! I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I didn't realize so many people would be on the stream. This is going to be fun. We'll probably have a lot of questions and get to chat about betas and everything.
I have 6 betas at the moment. Nice, DD.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of betta fish. Max I've had is 1 so far, but I'm about to get another one. I have the 10-gallon going and cycled on my desk at the moment. Actually, it's all ready. I just have to get them.
Nice. Is there a certain color you're looking for?
Well,
A blue
interestingly enough, yeah, he is actually blue. He's blue and red. He's cool though. He's very different. He's a king betta, so they get big.
Right.
He's probably at least 3 inches. My friend already has him, and she's had him for several months, but she hasn't been able to drive and meet me. She's gonna, because she's in another state, but she was gonna drive here and bring him, but she hasn't gone to. Just every time she tries, it's like a life event just comes and stops it. Like recently, a couple weeks ago, she was gonna come and bring him, and her husband at work, he dropped a toolbox on his foot and broke his foot.
Ooh.
I know. And I was saying, girl, you got to stay home and take care of him. Don't worry.
Aww.
That's crazy.
Hey, Crown to Half Moon, welcome. Sorry, y'all. I'm still trying to catch up.
Yeah. And I may have to switch from earbuds to just my phone's audio, because I think I'm only at, and I am using my phone to stream, I'm at 43%, so we'll see how long it takes me. But I have my charger at the ready. I would just have to probably take my earbuds out.
Yeah. What is your channel about?
Who's mine?
Yeah.
Betta fish. It's
Woo!
all about bettas. I talk about their care. I'll make special videos on just different topics. Sometimes I talk about the tanks. Sometimes I'll talk about how I set up certain tanks or how to create your own plant holders or like the floating plant corrals for the freshwater tanks. So I do all kinds of stuff, but it's all related to bettas and betta tanks.
Dave Chris, excellent Chris, welcome! He's about an hour and a half from me. He's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. It's great to meet you.
Yeah. He's also a fellow fish tuber as well. So.
Oh, that's neat. I'll have to check out your YouTube as well.
Sorry, trying to catch up.
My goodness, there's so many people here. This is great. It's all like one big family.
Oh, it is. Black Powder Aquatics, welcome. Hey, Black Powder. I thought you had a different channel name.
Might have changed it.
Welcome. I have 5 betta and Chroma Guppies breeding some. Nice!
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
5 bettas. That's a lot. It's neat though. I love when people have that many bettas. I'm always interested to see their fish rooms.
Subbed! Awesome! Let's get it on a sub. Awesome! You guys
Oh,
rock!
thank you, Nona. Y'all are great.
My signal is kind of poor right now. Hold on, y'all. Let's see what I can do to change this. Two better splendors. Four better, and four better. Whoa!
I need to look up the different types because I'm really only
Yeah.
familiar with the Splendens. I really need to familiarize myself with other types.
Correct. Another great mod. He's awesome. Welcome. Go.
Yeah. Welcome and thank you for putting my channel up there.
That's what I thought, Mark. Black Pirate is one of your
Okay. That makes sense.
So I was right. Okay. Hey, y'all down the bottom of the chat. Yay! That took a while. Hey,
all right.
That longest ever took on a live stream, I think. Wow.
There's a lot of people here.
Okay. Hey, since we're talking about better fish fish tend to be, they call it what people recommend as beginner fish, even though it's not really a beginner fish. But
no,
since
not really.
Those watching in the replay, they might be trying to get answers about better fish. So what size aquarium would you recommend that for a better to thrive?
Like a tank size or just a tank in general? Tank size, I would say, now some people will say always minimum of 5 gallons, which I always recommend you try first. But, and what's interesting, and I found this to be true in some people and some friends I know, sometimes they put their betta fish in a 5 gallon and it actually becomes depressed.
What?
Yeah, and then they move it to a 3.5 gallon tank and it's so happy. So in some cases, I think bettas are just so different and just each individual could have different likes and dislikes. So start with the 5 gallon. That's what William is in right now, and he's my betta. I don't know if you can see him swimming around, but this is a 5 gallon, and it's very manageable.
Let's go ahead and blow her up. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, but it's very manageable, and I always do recommend that you start with a 5 gallon. But sometimes, like if you get it and you get a betta that just by chance maybe doesn't like a 5 gallon, I usually recommend then 3.5 gallon minimum. But usually bettas do like a 5 gallon. I just thought I should mention that because I thought it was so weird. The other day, I had some people, I was just talking to some friends, and they said, yeah, some of my bettas are in 3.5 gallons. And I thought, isn't that kind of small? And they said, yeah, but when I put him in a bigger tank, he became depressed and sad.
Huh. So maybe,
I was so surprised.
Maybe if you have a big tank, put enough stuff in, enough different variety, that way they don't get bored.
Yes, and that is very important. I love to put a bunch of plants in mine. Plants are just great. They look great, and William is actually happier when there's more plants in there. He just is. Like when there's almost no space to swim, when he's just wading through plants, he's so happy. He loves it. So yeah, if you have a larger tank, definitely make sure you have a bunch of plants and stuff in there. Always.
Would agree. Would you agree that bettas are one of the most unintentionally abused fish by beginners?
Possibly, but then I have to look at the goldfish. Have you ever seen the people that come home from fairs and they put their goldfish in little bowls like that? Honestly, I don't think it just has to do with bettas. I think really any fish. If you get any beginner getting any fish and they just have no idea, they're going to put them in a bowl. Even for big fish like the ones you have, people put them in small tanks. So yeah, I don't think it's just betta fish. I just think right now, bettas are gaining popularity, which I do find interesting. But right now they seem like they're really popular. So I really think any fish could be unintentionally abused by people just because they don't know. They're just misinformed.
Right. And that's why we're here to talk about it. Someone can maybe, figure it out. Hey, Sonic Aquatics, welcome! Bettas are definitely a moody fish. Yes.
They have their own little characteristics, that's for sure.
So, how do you keep bettas healthy?
How do you keep them healthy? Well, honestly, I've always had it easy. I've really never had bettas get sick. And I just find as long as you have a big enough tank that has plants, preferably live, they really do like the live plants. But if you get the plastic ones, make sure they're more like a fabric. They go by the name of silk, like silk-aquarium plants. They're not the sharp plastic that'll rip their fins. But generally, if you have a tank full of live plants and you change 50% of the water and siphon out the rocks, get the waste out I usually do it about every week and a half to 2 weeks. If you just keep the water clean, keep some plants in their hiding places, definitely have to have a heater and a filtration system. And I mean, they don't need much, but it is incredible to me how many people just don't know. Right. I mean, really, they need a heater, filtration system, a fairly big tank. I mean, 5 gallons probably minimum, but it's still not a huge tank. And then just clean water. Clean water is really important.
My battle was so boring at 10 gallon. I put guppies in there, and he was happy, and it didn't eat them.
He didn't eat them. That's awesome. That's great. I think it also just depends on the betta again.
Yeah.
Because I had tank mates in with William not too long ago, and some of them were kind of missing their tails. I noticed little chunks, and he did really well for a while, which is why it was odd. I wonder if they got old and slow. So what I did is I just gave him away to someone who will take care of him. She has a 40 gallon and she has a tank full of them. But yeah, William does not have any tank mates. He lives by himself.
I have a 20 gallon long divided with the Life with Pets tank divider. Hands down the best divider going. Male betta on each side.
That's neat.
Nice.
And what's funny? I just made a video today about divided tanks and why I don't care for them, which, not coming at you, but
but she is.
No, I'm really not. This is for people who are looking into doing it and why they would the things they'd want to consider before doing it. Because I've noticed with some people, they'll get a 10 gallon and then they'll divide it, but they'll get a divider that is almost see-through. And so the bettas are so stressed that they see each other. They see each other through the divider still. And then the only other thing that you'd want to think about is that they share the water a lot of times because the dividers aren't solid. So if one is sick, so if someone takes 2 bettas and dumps them in, if one's sick from the store or has a disease, it could easily give it to the other one. But, with the established ones where they're healthy, I think that's great.
Mm-hmm. So the way it sounds is you're encouraging everyone to quarantine all new fish.
Absolutely. And even if you're just starting out, if you're getting 2 fish or if you're getting a betta and some tank mates, you really do want to quarantine them and make sure they're not sick. Mm-hmm. I learned that the hard way once. Kind of a chaotic story. I don't know if y'all want to hear it, but I learned that the hard way.
Hey, let's go ahead. I want to hear it.
Well, okay, so this is about probably 2016. I had my 10 gallon with my betta and a bunch of different tank mates. I had some tetras and stuff. Well, I wanted to go to the store and get a plecostomus that would clean the tank. I didn't know a thing about quarantining. I didn't even know what that was. With adding new fish, dumped them in. The next day, all my fish were dead. Wiped out the entire tank. It was so traumatic. I mean, I didn't know what was wrong. What was the matter? I didn't even know then. I didn't think, oh, well, maybe it was sick and it brought disease. It was awful. They all got sick. I mean, almost immediately. So quarantining, very important for your betta tanks. Very.
It's all about sight lines, right? If a fish isn't used to wide open spaces, it's put into an exposed space with no hidden hidey holes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Hey, Melvin, welcome.
Hey. Yeah, hidey holes are really, really important.
100% easy. 100% too easy to raise poorly. So, how can we fix that?
I think people just need to be informed. I mean, you walk into a pet store and they hand you a little brochure sometimes and it just tells you, oh, they just need to live in water. They just need a little bowl and they need their flakes. They don't tell you, oh, they thrive on live frozen food like bloodworms and mysis shrimp. They don't tell you, oh, make sure you keep the tank clean and, use natural decor and stuff and put live plants in there. They don't tell you any of that.
Outside Aquatics, welcome.
My day is ready. I love that. That's great.
So, how often do you feed your Betta?
William, I feed him. I actually started feeding him once a day, just in the mornings, because I used to do every other day. But then I noticed, I don't know, he didn't seem as happy. And so I thought, well, maybe he's just hungry. So I started feeding him more. Once every day, I thaw him out some of the, I get the frozen in cubes, the Omega carnivore mix. So it's bloodworms, mysis shrimp, and brine shrimp, I think. And they're frozen in cubes. So I just thaw a few of them and feed them to him every morning. And he actually started gaining weight, but he's not fat. I think it's actually normal. I think he might have been a little underweight and I just didn't realize it. And now he's just really happy and he's a little chunky, but he's happy. So yeah, I feed him once a morning. I find he does best. How many betta fish do you have, Maddie, and what kind is your favorite? I have one right now. I'm going to get another one, but if you mean what kind, like what tail type, probably what you mean. I have to say the short-finned ones, the placket or the placat, however you would pronounce that, love them. William is, and before him, I always had the long-fin bettas, and their fins got ripped so easily. And I know it's probably easy to create an environment where they don't get rips like that, but for me, it was just so hard. I tried everything, but the fins were always just gone.
I have one male Betta with white clouds. Seems happy. So, if you have a big enough tank, would it be a good idea to add some kind of a dillerfish? Would that help with the stress?
Some kind of like tank mates for a betta fish if you have a larger tank? Yeah, it totally could. As long as, and I always tell people, make sure that the fish you put in there are, one, not aggressive, so that they won't be nipping your betta's fins, because some fish are like that. I've always heard the neon tetras are usually kind of aggressive. So one, make sure they're not aggressive, and also make sure that they can swim fast. So if you have a betta that wants to go at them, that they can outswim them. I've always had really good luck with the Harlequin resboras. So they're still pretty small, but they're really cool. They're usually kind of this ember color. They're really neat. And then for a while I did the Endlers, and they're very similar to guppies, but they're faster swimmers. So I had good success with those. But yeah, that could really help with boredom if a betta fish is bored. Right now, just because I don't have any tank mates in my tank, I just don't want to, because they're so happy, and then you don't have to go through the process of quarantining more tank members and stuff. But yeah, definitely it would definitely help with boredom, or if your fish was kind of depressed.
Best temperature.
Best temperature. Usually between 70, I believe it's 73 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I keep mine at 75 to 80. Mine usually rests about 75, 76. And you can get the preset ones, or you can get the ones that have the little dial on the top. Now, those are usually built for 10 gallons. So for mine, I have the flat heater. I forget what brand it is. I have the flat heater, and it's preset, and it always just keeps the water right for me. But I do recommend that you have a thermometer in your tank so you know what temperature it is, because it actually saved me once. I put a different heater in there, and there you go. That's great. So you just pointed at it then. Oh, that's great. I just keep a little one in my tank. You know, you can buy the little ones that just stick to the side. Right. So I do that. But it saved me once I put a heater in my tank, and I honestly, I think it was too big. It was probably meant for 10 gallon, and the water was exceeding over, it was like 86 degrees, and it was climbing. I know, I almost died when I saw that. I thought, oh my word, if I hadn't had the thermometer in there to tell me, whoo.
Hey, Fishy on, Leandro, welcome. How you doing, bro?
Hi. You said hello, special guest.
What's your co-host name?
Maddie. It might be kind of small, but I do have it down at the video, down like in the bottom corner. You can see it. It says Maddie.
She's awesome, y'all. Best co-host this side.
I appreciate it.
Sorry, I'm just making sure I don't miss any good questions. Yeah, Better Days is Maddie. Yes.
Yes, thank you. It gave me an option to put something else down there, and I thought I'd just put the name of my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Ooh. They do? Now that is cool. I've always thought about having a divider without the holes.
Mm-hmm.
Although I feel like you'd probably have to use silicone or something to keep. I mean, because I don't know how tight the divider would be in there, so I feel like you'd probably have to use silicone or something to seal it
Right.
up. But yeah, that's great. And I've always been interested because I've always thought about the problem of having a betta fish actually jump over the divider into the other one. Because bettas are
Ooh.
jumpers sometimes.
Nathan Hovey, welcome. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey, Fishy Biz Aquatics.
There we go.
Nothing but bad vibes. Hey, Fishy Biz. No, positive vibes. Positive vibes.
Always.
Hey, for those in the chat right now, if you have extra money, go ahead and donate it to Fishy Biz Aquatics. He's getting the next generation into the hobby. He's a teacher. He has students in his class. Part of the grade when pass the class is about fish.
That is neat.
Yeah.
I'll have to check him out too. I have never heard of his channel.
Fish Biz Aquatics. And every Thanksgiving, he donates turkeys for the kids that can't afford it in his class that they can take home to the family. And then every Christmas, he sends hams home. And these are all donated from the community. And for those that don't know, Garcia Aquatics did a 24-hour live stream. Was it 2 weeks ago? And it was all based on donations for Fishy Biz Aquatics.
Wow. That's awesome.
And,
I love that.
See, this is Thursday. Saturday, Jason, Aquafunk, also a fish tuber. He's doing another 24-hour live stream to thank everyone for supporting this great community. So, thanks, Fishy Biz. You're awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing you in a week and a half. What's cracking, y'all? That's one of Fishy Biz Aquatics saying quotes.
Saying.
He uses a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, what's cracking? I like that. I need to use that more often myself.
Hey, I tried using it more often, but then here comes Fishy Biz. Hey, that's my logo. That's my saying. One time, I had a single mil betta and 29 gallon.
You did? Was it planted or was it just empty? In a 29-gallon good night. Wow.
Did it have enough room to swim? Hey,
Not Hey.
Yeah, everyone, since you are here and enjoying it, make sure you subscribe to Maddie Better Days. Let's get her to the next mile marker. We can do it. Come on. I'm counting on y'all. Since she took her time out of a busy week to hang out with us, I think we owe her. So go ahead.
Y'all don't owe me, but I appreciate it. I'm having a lot of fun at school. This is my first time getting to do something like this, just kind of hang out with everybody. So this is great.
I'm trying to build up my chat quick for y'all, and then we'll go back to. I got a list of questions that we're talking about. Sorry, y'all. The chat just jumped. That was weird.
Nathan Hovey subscribed. Thank you, Nathan.
Good question, Shady Gray. Vibes, how did you meet Maddie?
I would be interested to know because I don't even remember. Instagram,
wow.
I think.
Was it Instagram?
It was Instagram.
Shady, now you're making me wonder.
It was Instagram. I think you just came across my page on Instagram.
Probably.
Which is Fish Make Life Betta, if any of y'all want to check that out too. But yeah, I think you probably just came across it and you were just liking my reels and content, and then you just DM'd me, and he's been wanting me to get on one of these lives for a while.
Whoops, I'm sorry.
And he finally got me on.
Vibes, did you know that Kelly Foreman used some of my glowfish photographs in her lecture at the class? One of them is my avatar. I love Bettas. Cool. No, wait, Bunny. I did not realize that.
You have Bettas? That is so cool. Are they glow? Are they glow Bettas? Because you just said your
I'm
glowfish
assuming.
photographs. Oh, that's cool.
See,
At a lecture?
Kelly Foreman was one of the speakers at the Clash, at the Keystone Clash. And one of her talks were about glowfish. By the way, y'all, I did not see that talk. I missed it. I was busy with anything else, but yeah. I heard that it was really turned out very well. Too many questions to get to my questions. You guys keep me busy.
We could just do a Q&A night tonight, and then we could do another one where you could ask your questions.
Right. Hey, Linda, welcome. Sorry.
What if you do like your question and then we answer a few of the others and is Maddie on TikTok? No, I'm not actually. I don't do TikTok, honestly. I know a lot of people are fans, but I'm just not. I am on Instagram though.
All right. Okay. Maddie, that's up to you. Awesome.
Thank you. That's great. Welcome to the Betta fam.
Nathan Hovey, just up to you.
You're quick. Yeah, well, because I get notifications whenever someone subscribes, and because I am streaming with my phone, which is probably now at 30%. So if I have to plug it up, I'll probably have to switch to just audio from my phone. So hopefully that'll sound okay.
Wait, taking turns? That's too advanced for vibes. Hey, come on. Hey.
Gotta jump around a little bit.
Hey, cool. I am down to bomb the chat. Haha. So.
Oh, yeah.
Things to look for to tell if your Betta is happy.
So signs that your Betta is happy. Okay, let's see. Well, for one, he would be swimming around a lot, very active, or he or she would be very active. A lot of times if Bettas are sick or bored or just unhappy, they're really listless and they just kind of sit there and just kind of float. Sometimes they'll float there and you could tell. That is one of the surefire ways to know if your Betta is unhappy. But if your Betta is happy, they're swimming. Like William back here, I don't see him. He's probably sleeping. Oh, he's in his little leaf tunnel. I made him a leaf tunnel right there, so he's sleeping there.
Nice.
But anytime he sees me, he goes crazy, and he swims against the glass like that, and he's all up and down. So I know he's happy when he does that. And then whenever they come out to greet you, too. A lot of times if Bettas are unhappy or they are even nervous, they'll hide all the time, and they'll stay hidden. So they'll hide in the plants, they'll hide in their little caves and stuff. So that's two of the really most important ways to tell if your Betta fish is happy is if they greet you, if they're just swimming and really active, and if they're eating too. If a Betta stops eating, you're in trouble because Bettas eat like dogs, in my opinion. They'll just eat and eat and eat.
Mm-hmm. So in other words, you gotta adjust how much they eat by Otherwise,
well, you wouldn't want to keep feeding them until they stop because they probably wouldn't.
Right, true. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and ring the bell for vibes and better days. Thank you, Kuro.
Thank you.
All right, Kuro. This is true. Vibes is normally 8 to 15 minutes behind. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Actually,
it's true.
Maddie, I am. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Maddie, do you breed Bettas?
No, that is way too complicated for me. I just do it for the hobby. I do it because I love them. And because, honestly, Bettas have been in my life for a long time. Almost my whole life, honestly. I probably got my first one when I was 5. So I just do it for the enjoyment. I do it because I love it. It's kind of like having a dog, which, dogs are more work. But think of it as having a dog versus breeding dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Totally different. Totally different. Plus, right now I'm renting. So can you imagine just having to move and then having a bunch of baby Bettas and not being able to move them all? That would be a lot of work. Kind of chaotic.
I can imagine it, though.
I can too. Moving one's hard enough.
Yeah. Yo, what's up, Fish World? Go, Aquatic Reef! Welcome!
But yeah, we're about 40 minutes into the live stream already. But this has been great. We're all just talking and chatting, and we got all these questions.
So, what kind of a light do you recommend? Or does
Full
it better
spectrum. Full spectrum. If you have live plants. If you don't, then it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
But the light on mine is a full spectrum light. And I don't know how. I wish I could provide a link to it on Amazon, because I do have a link to it. If y'all went to my Instagram page, I have a link in my bio, and I have a page that I've made of all my favorite supplies, and I have the exact light that I use there. It's a full spectrum. It's a 9-watt, and it's on Amazon. I think it's like, it might be about $18. It's really good. It has 3 light settings and everything. But the main reason you want to have a full spectrum light, full spectrum, for your tank that has live plants is because it mimics sunlight. So obviously they're going to grow. If it's just a LED light, they're not going to grow very well. They're going to kind of die. And that's what happened with mine. And then when I switched, they go crazy. They love it.
MNC Aquatics, welcome! Hey, mate, what? I like it, y'all. So, if we're setting up an aquarium for better, you got live plants, you got your light. What kind of filter would you recommend for like a 5-gallon?
Sponge filter.
And why is that?
Because, for one, it's actually relatively inexpensive to set up. And also, it's a very, very slow flow and water current. And bettas aren't going to be blown around everywhere. These built-in filters, I actually have a built-in filter in mine, and I have a way that I lower the flow, but it's just way too strong. I have to disconnect the pipes in the back and kind of fix it in a way that the water's not blowing out.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not sure which one that one is, but I love the sponge filters. Those are great because it also allows the beneficial bacteria to have a place to culminate and live in that sponge, and that really helps the whole biological filtration system.
Yeah, I have not used this thing yet. This is a Seashea Micron. One of my local fans gave it to me. I guess I need to give it a try and do my own better tank, huh?
That's neat. Yeah, you ought to try.
And then do a little video about it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I would say, though, I'd be 100% on a sponge filter. A sponge filter would be, for cost-wise, very cost-efficient.
And very effective as well.
Yeah. The only disadvantage of that kind of system, a sponge, the air pump, if you don't do it right, you'll have it.
Yes.
Oh, you have the bubbles making noise with it.
A bunch of bubbles. Yeah. There's a way to modify it, and it's really, really easy. I actually made a video on it. It's on my YouTube channel, how I modified it. So what I do is I cut out some of the sections so that there's that hollow space inside the sponge where you can set not just the air pump or not just the hose, because when you buy one on Amazon, it just has a little space where you just hook up the line, the air line to it. And so the air is just going to bubble out, and it's these huge bubbles, and it's insane. But if you hook up an air stone to it that diffuses the air, and you put the air stone inside the sponge, that is a huge help. My 10-gallon, I have a sponge filter in there right now, and I would love to get one for my 5-gallon. But, I mean, you can't hear it. It's virtually just quiet. The only thing you can hear is the air pump, and it's very, very quiet.
Right.
So with noise as well, I mean, you're not going to hear that. The only reason people might not like it is if they like the sound of running water, because you're not going to get that with the sponge
No.
filter.
Yeah, but you can do a filter with the pump, air pump, that would make water flow. A DIY, you can do it
Yeah.
if you want to have that effect. Hey, Danica Aquatics, welcome. How you doing? Well, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while here. How you doing? Your filter should always have a bigger number than the gallons your tank holds. So for a 5-gallon tank, you need an FX6 or bigger. Hey, Curl, be nice. An FX6 I have on this tank beside me. Can you imagine the batterfish trying to swim in that current?
Or try to swim at all, because the filter would just take up the whole tank.
Right. I do love her enthusiasm, Steve. Yeah, hey, come on, y'all. Let's give it to the next milestone. Give us some love. Come on, subscribe. Sorry, I gotta push her channel as much as I can do it.
I appreciate it.
And so you can imagine, you can fill every inch of that 5-gallon with guppies, and it'll be fine. With the Betta. Ah. Yeah.
Yeah, with the tank full of guppies.
Mm-hmm. Can you ask Maddie what her food regimen for Betta's live, freeze-dried, frozen, pellets, etc.? So
Yeah.
what do you? Go ahead.
I don't do pellets. I don't like pellets for a couple reasons. One,
Why?
the ingredients are never great. Like the pellets, like the hard pellets, for the Bettas anyway, they're not great.
No.
They're also very, very dense, and they don't soak up water before a Betta will eat it. So you can feed your Betta too much and not know until it's absorbed in its stomach and just gotten too big. So I don't like it really mainly for that reason. And I don't know, Bettas just, they need more of that variety. So I find that feeding them the live frozen, not freeze-dried. Freeze-dried is a little bit different. And it's funny because I used to feed him freeze-dried, and now he refuses to touch it because he's had live thawed. That's all he wants now. That is all he wants. He wants the bloodworms, the mysis shrimp, and the brine shrimp. He won't even eat the flakes anymore. The other day, I fed him flakes, and he spit it out. And then he ate it, and he spit it out. And there's just flake shards raining down, and he wouldn't eat any of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so now he only eats the bloodworms and the shrimp. But yeah, as far as a feeding regime, I mean, I don't keep it to a specific number, but I'll feed him once a day in the morning. And I will usually give him 1 to 2 of the bloodworms, and then about 3 of the shrimp. And sometimes I'll feed him more if he just seems hungry. But the way I tell, and the way that I know to stop feeding him, because I don't feed him a lot, but if you watch a Betta fish, when he's eaten enough, when it's not the pellets, because the pellets swell after a while, but when it's the live, but not really live, but fresh and frozen and you thaw it, the belly will swell accordingly. So you can tell when you get that little bump, you can stop feeding them. And you'll see it. You'll see a little bump in their little belly. So that's usually when I stop feeding them. But it's usually about 2 bloodworms and then 3 to 4 shrimp. And I get the Omega. That's the brand. It's Omega. And it's the carnivore mix, I think. Right. They're all in the little frozen cubes.
So how do they taste?
I don't know, but they smell awful. They smell so bad. Have you ever smelled it? Oh.
Yeah.
They smell so bad. My sibling came up to me once, my brother, when I was feeding him, and I held it up to him. I said, "Hey, smell this." And he said, "Why would you?" Why would you want to smell that? I've just gotten used to it.
So how do you prepare the frozen cube? You drop the whole thing in? Do you thaw it out?
No. That's way too much. That's way too much. What I'll do is I have a little, it's like a mini mason jar, almost like a shot glass, but it has it has the lid that'll screw on, so it's real small. It's by mason jar, and then I'll put a cube in, and I'll keep it in the freezer, and then I'll take it out and I'll let it thaw for about 10 minutes to where just on the surface, a few of them will pull loose with my tweezers,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll feed them to him, and then I'll stick it back in the freezer. So don't let the whole cube thaw, but
Right.
just set it out until the top layer thaws, and then you can pull them off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. And I think some people find it hard because, you have one Betta. What are you going to do with the one cube? You can't let it all thaw because obviously he's not going to eat it all. One cube lasts me probably over a month, typically. Yeah.
Versus,
I mean...
versus Vibes Aquatics, one cube lasts one tank. It's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why in your case, you would need a lot more. But for someone that only has a Betta or two, the little mason jar, a little tiny jar with the lid that'll screw on, you drop it in there, keep it in your freezer.
I like it. See, I knew why I had you up here. You had all the answers.
I have what I know.
I miss a lot, but other than the Bettas, what fish does she have or want?
I don't have any other fish, and honestly, I don't want any others. I think it's cool. I think they're very cool, like the fish that you have.
Mm-hmm.
They're so neat, but it is so much to keep up. And like I said, for me, because we're renting currently, I can't have massive tanks because, I mean, how are you going to move all that? You would only want to get those kinds of fish if you're in a permanent place.
True,
I'm not.
true.
So moving one or two Bettas is actually very easy. It's very easy. You just... For the trip there, and I won't go into detail, but I actually have a video on my channel on how I move them.
Ooh.
Whenever I move. So yeah, I have that. But, I mean, imagine having to move all those big fish. Woo!
60 subs. Can we hit 75? Come on, y'all.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on, we can do
That's
it.
a lot. Y'all, I think I was at 35 today. I'm not 35. 635. So we... probably got about 25 people.
Nice. Awesome. Come on, y'all. We can do a lot better than that. Come on. Maddie, you have a very fun Instagram channel.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. So you were able to find it. That's good. That's good.
Woo! Thanks, Daniken. Shout out to community page. Yes!
Oh, thank you.
We can do this. What's up, Vibes? MBV, welcome. Oh, sorry, there we go. We're back. The chat keeps jumping ever so often. It's weird.
It's all right. My, let's see. My phone's down to 21%, but I think we can still go for a little while longer.
Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, now we talked about the filter, the light.
Mm-hmm. We talked about a lot of stuff. The food.
So, what kind of substrate is good?
I use gravel. I use gravel, like the rocks. I call it gravel. It's not as rough. It's pretty smooth, but yeah, I use gravel. I hear a lot of people use sand and things like that, but I've always just found really good success with the gravel. I've even heard some people say that having gravel in your tank as the substrate makes your tank dirty. It doesn't. If you're first setting up your tank, obviously you have to rinse it a lot because there's that rock dust. You have to rinse it. But other than that, just regular upkeep, you just get a siphon and you stick it down in there and it sucks all the waste out. It's very easy. With the sand, you have to hover it over the top. And I don't know, maybe some people think that's easier, but I feel like I'd have a harder time. Plus, you want to keep that smooth and flat. With the rocks, it's a lot easier to just kind of move it around. So yeah, I use the gravel. I prefer natural colors. People use that rainbow gravel, and I don't know. It just really gets on my nerves. I like the black or the brown or the white or a mix. That's a lot of fun, too.
So the colored gravel is too fake, huh?
It's too fake, and it's also dangerous because you can't find that out in the wild. Someone's got to paint that or use chemicals to coat it. And that stuff will and can very well leach out into the water, and it's not good.
So, would you encourage someone to go to like Home Depot or Lowe's, Walmart, and just buy the gravel in the lumber section or whatever?
Probably Probably not. I feel like that would be really sharp because it's not meant for fish. A lot of times if you go to a fish store or online and you get the ones that are actually meant for fish tanks, it's going to be smoother. It's just different.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you went to Home Depot and you were getting that kind of stuff, it would be more if you wanted to create a gravel driveway or something. So it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be different kind of rock. It's probably going to be a lot more powdery too. It's just whenever I imagine it, going to Home Depot and getting something like that, that's what I think of. I think you would really need to get something that is for an aquarium. And there are
Mm-hmm.
so many options you wouldn't have to worry about going to find something at Home Depot. You either find it online or in person. It's not that expensive either way.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not. And there's some really good options other than the colored gravel.
Right. So how do you feel about the aqua soil?
Oh, I think it's really cool, but I've never used it before. So I don't
Why is
know.
that?
I because I have an established tank with gravel, so if I swapped it out, it would really mess up the biological filtration and the whole ecosystem. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna swap it out. And in my 10-gallon, I just had some extra black gravel on hand, so I really didn't need to buy anything
Mm-hmm.
else. For the plants, to fertilize, I use the Aquarium Co-op Easy Green, and I use the Sea Kim root tabs, and they're healthy. The plants love it. I know that when you use the soil or the substrate that's
Mm-hmm.
made out of what is it, clay or something?
Yeah.
The plants love it because it's already has nutrients and stuff in there. And
Right.
I think that sounds really neat. And I think the plants would love it. But because I already have my tank cycled and ready, I wouldn't want to switch it out now. So that's
Mm-hmm.
just kind of why I haven't tried it yet. But it sounds super neat.
I subbed. Awesome,
Ah,
MBV. Thank you.
thank you.
Cabin Woods. Woo! Welcome.
Ooh, you got a super sticker.
Nice. Like I said, y'all, I don't have a video for y'all, but we can do a little bit. Woo! Woo! Is that good enough, y'all?
Yeah.
Hey, Craig! Welcome.
Hey,
Garcia!
another super
Woo! Woo!
sticker.
Thank you, bro. You're awesome. Okay. And for the if you didn't realize, Craig Catfish is also from Australia.
That's great. It's so neat to see everyone watching just from all over.
Yeah, there's a good handful of people that I know from Australia that I talk to regularly. So
That's neat. I don't think I know anybody from there. I know someone in Canada.
well, now you do.
There you go.
Yeah,
I
your
think
world just got bigger.
yeah, I think I have time for a few more questions if y'all want to fire any my way or
So what's an ideal perimeters for the Bettas?
ideal perimeters. Um, Usually, I know there are other levels, but I always just look at the ammonia, the nitrates, the nitrites, and then your water hardness or your pH.
Mm-hmm.
So for betta fish, mine rests at about 7, and that's kind of what you want. And then for nitrites, you don't want any. And you
Okay.
don't want any ammonia. So you want it to rest at 0 ppm for both ammonia and nitrites. Nitrates can get up to, I believe, 40 before you want to do a water change if it gets high. But
Okay.
I've noticed it never gets high because if you have live plants, they feed on nitrates. So actually, you want some in the water so that your plants will thrive. And I've noticed that in my 10-gallon, my floating plants do, because they feed on nitrates mostly, they explode because I have a bunch of ram's horn snails in there and they have the waste. And I think the waste kind of helps build
Mm-hmm.
up the nitrates as well. And so, and also because you have the biological filter. So you have the ammonia from the waste, and then the biological filter changes it into nitrates, and then the plants feed off it. So plants love that. So yeah, ideal perimeters would be about 7 pH. You want the water You want the water to be pretty. If I'm remembering correctly, I think you want it to be pretty soft, not really hard. You want a good balance. But as far as just the levels, 0 nitrites, Nitrates up to 40, although I've never really had a problem with those, especially if
Mm-hmm.
you have live plants. And then no ammonia. If you ever notice any ammonia in your water, like after you test the water or nitrites, do a partial water change. I recommend probably 30 to 40%. You could do 50. 50
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't hurt, but you could start with 30% and then retest again. And speaking of testing, the test kits for betta tanks, I always recommend the API Master Freshwater Test Kit. It's a
Okay.
little on the expensive side. Sometimes pet stores have it for $50, but you can usually find it for $35 online. So it's not bad, and it lasts forever. I mean,
Yeah.
it lasts so long, and it's accurate. It's easy to use, and that's just my favorite one. I don't like to use the strips. I just use
Right.
that one.
That's interesting. I just gave out like 4 of them.
For a
Uh,
what?
the test kits.
I wish
The
I'd
API.
known.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Was it a giveaway?
Yeah.
How
I
did
I,
I
I,
not know?
I did it to we had a local fish club meeting, and
That's so neat.
yeah. Uh,
Well, that's good. I'm glad people got it who needed it though, because I
mhm.
just got one and I'm probably gonna have it for years. Those
Oh
things
yeah,
last forever.
yeah. They're actually they're actually pretty accurate. I mean, okay, you can others are more precise, but for the freshwater needs, API covers most of that.
Hmm.
So yeah. But before we head out, y'all, we don't want to hold Meta too late because she can get kind of grouchy, y'all. So
I
no,
don't get
not
grouchy.
really. She's awesome, y'all.
You're mean.
Yeah. Hey, Maddie, before we head out, what do you want to say to the fish fan?
I just want to say thank you for all the support. This has been really great. I would love to come on here and do this again sometime. And maybe when there are other people on. I know you have
Okay.
other people on to your live streams, but it would be cool to get to meet everyone. And it's been great to meet everyone tonight. And I just want to say thank you to the people who subscribe to my channel as well. I have never done any live streams on there yet, but I would love to and just
Mhm.
kind of do something like this. But this is great because I get to talk with you and then we get to talk with everyone else. So this has been really awesome. And just thank you for the support and the questions. It's been really great. A very fun evening.
Yeah, yo. Please, yeah, put a link up. Please.
Yeah, for my YouTube channel and also for my Instagram, because I know a lot of people have
Yes.
Instagram and they like to watch the shorter form videos. And I do have a lot of those on my Instagram as well. I have some informative, a lot of it's just kind of humor and just betta fish content. And photos of William too. I do that a lot. People like the little photos of him.
Yeah, he is beautiful. I
Thank
enjoy it.
you. I
Keep it up.
really appreciate it. Right now, he's still struggling with regrowing his back fin, his caudal fin. I don't know if he ripped it or if he nipped it when, I don't know, maybe he was unhappy because, like I said, I hadn't been feeding him every day a while back, and I'm thinking maybe it's just recovering from that.
Mhm.
He was upset or something, but he is beautiful. I love him, and he's just. I noticed though that he is getting a little bit older, and it always makes me a little sad to see, but he's still kicking.
Okay, I think Chattanooga Ed is live right now. So for those that don't know, hey, mods, put Ed's link in the chat. And I think tonight, let's go hashtag Better Days when you go into the new live stream. That way everyone knows where they come from. And thanks for everyone being here. For all the ones that did super chats, those become members. You guys rock. Keep it up.
Y'all are great. Yeah,
It's because of y'all. Those watching replay, they made this far. Big love, much love to y'all. Put in the chat below the replay hashtag replay team 6. That way I know and other people will know about it. And until next time, do your water changes, love you better, and have a better rest of the day.
Yes.
Bye.